I got involved with the Maisie project.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let me just rewind. I was it's not a biopic.
Mm-hmm. So actually, maybe I don't know this full thing. So was the actress, is the acting part true? Like Natalie Portman's character, is that part true?
Well, I couldn't find out the information for that, but there was this really funny looking TV movie which was made about Mary Kay Letourneau and Vili Falau, which the story is based on, called All American Girl.
Right.
So choosing to explore it through the eyes of an actor could be based on the fact that someone did make a movie about them way back. But we don't know if this is something that actually happened with the real woman, like having an actor come into her home.
I couldn't find that out. I don't think it is true. So, shall I tell you the full thing about? Okay. So, Mary Kay Letourneau and Vili Falau, same age difference. So I think he was 12 or 13 and she was 35 or 36 when they first had sex. But how they met is different. So in this story, Joe and Gracie meet because they both work in a pet store. But Mary Kay Letourneau and Vili Falau met because she was his teacher. Their relationship started after she was his teacher, but who cares? But that's how the relationship started. And the reason why I knew this story, and it dawned on me when I was watching it, is because there was loads of TikTok videos, probably like 6 months ago, and they've got like a few interviews where they speak to each other because they ended up getting married in the end, like same thing as this story. And it's them speaking and being interviewed. And then it just dawned on me, I was watching, I was like, this sounds like that case. And it is. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
And she's just as away with the fairies really as
But
what
how
Gracie
does that
is.
happen? And she went to prison.
She did go to prison.
Right, yeah, but they still stayed together.
Yeah.
Do you know how long she was in prison for?
I can't remember. I think she came out of prison. She got pregnant. She came out of prison and they had an order on her that she wasn't allowed to see Vili Falau. And she got pregnant with him again during that time. And then I think she went back to prison. And then he
was of age.
Yeah.
And then they got married.
Yeah.
That's mad that she got out twice. Or, yeah. Whoa. Yeah. That's mad.
I really recommend digging out this one interview in particular with an Australian journalist, where the power dynamic is like electric, and that's why it's so memorable. The way that she speaks to Vili, like the real couple, the way she speaks to him is very there's a power dynamic there, which is really uncomfortable to watch.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Oh God.
So this story, May December now, is based on that. However, I've not really seen Todd Haynes say anything about that connection, and maybe I haven't like dug enough. So it's not like it hasn't been.
Maybe that's a legal thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because I had also, in everything that I've seen, like there's been that link, and that it is kind of based on that. But yeah, that's interesting that it hasn't been spoken about directly.
Yeah. I'd say that's probably a legal thing. Just from the very limited knowledge I have of like what we do. I think if there's gonna be like a defamation, like, you know, whatever, then. And
maybe by not acknowledging it, it gives him more creative license to just
tell whatever story because
it's
which
exactly.
is,
I'm assuming, is what it's ultimately become, because it's not tied to anything.
Yeah,
that he's just kind of like become the same.
But choosing to tell this story through the eyes of an actor coming in to play her as a character, like, really, really amazing. And that was the part that I think, in recommending it to you, I just thought that you would love, because it's just like such a fun part of what we do, that part of filmmaking, and you get to really see into that in this film. And once again, we're referencing Inception. The last 3 episodes. Have we? Am I going mad?
Yeah, we have.
No, we have.
Yeah. Crazy.
This broadcast is brought to you by Rap.
But then I'm also just don't think that experiment, like, she had a baby pulled out, and I'm like, maybe something.
Maybe the
I
womb
feel
ain't
like there's an
woman.
excuse
Yeah.
for her not to have periods.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to think how and why would you do that? But then maybe it could be like she's a child and she's trying to understand what this is. So it could have been in there, but
Yeah.
An interesting point. Very.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Frank Film Club, where today we're going to be speaking about The Zone of Interest, which was written and directed by Jonathan Glazer, and it is based on a novel by the same name by Martin Amis. It is starring Christian Friedel and Sandra Hüller, and it is about the commandant of Auschwitz, Rudolf Höss, and his wife Hedwig, and it follows them as they strive to build a dream life for their family in a house and garden right next to the camp. At the time of recording this, you can watch it in the cinema, but I'm not sure where it's going after this. Coming up in this episode, we're going to be talking about Jonathan Glazer's visual storytelling and the cinematography style that he likes to use in all of his movies. We're going to talk about the narrative structure and how they juxtapose this with the themes of the movie. And we're also going to touch on the audience reception and the controversy around this movie. But before we dive into this, let's have a catch up. What have Okay, so great to unpack with you both. What are your final thoughts?
I really think that Jonathan Glazer has done such an amazing job at making, well, all 3 of us here, but I'm sure a lot of people take away something which will stick in people's brains from a film. It's really hard to do that, and I think the techniques that he's used, if we're going to speak about it like that, have really helped that. But there's just something in his filmmaking anyway that is very memorable, and I'm just glad that he's applied it to something so important. So I just feel awful and I did when I watched it, and I feel awful talking about it now, and but I'm glad that we did chat about it because it's important.
Yeah, agree. I'm so glad that we've spoken about it, because it's not an easy chat. It's so easy. It's way easier to chat about a film that's fun to talk about. And I think, so I'm really, really glad that we've spoken about this, as horrible as it has been. But yeah, an amazing film for like the most horrible reasons.
If you've been affected by any of the topics that we have discussed in this episode, and you would like to donate to organisations who are doing great work all around the world at the moment, then we can recommend donating to Save the Children, Doctors Without Borders, and War Child.
Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of Frank Film Club. Next week, we're going to be talking about The Holdovers, which was directed by Alexander Payne. And you can watch it, rent or buy it on Amazon or on Apple TV or wherever you rent or buy your films. So go and watch, get a cup of hot chocolate or bowl of soup, and then join us back here next week.
This podcast was presented by Wrapped.
Final thoughts on Poor Things.
I want that wardrobe. I want that wardrobe all day, every day. And I want that hair too.
Yeah, I want that bedroom and house and all the sets. I just and the sex.
Great.
Yeah.
I love this film. I've not been as excited to speak about a film as this one for a long time, and actually having the conversation, it went in a much more exciting direction than I even thought it was going to go in. I think Yorgos Lanthimos is definitely one of my favorite directors, and he's doing another project with Emma Stone.
Yeah. It's already shot. I think it's in post.
Yeah. Do you know anything about it?
No, just that. Oh yeah, Emma Stone was a producer on this as well, by the way. You might have already known that. And so, sure.
Bravo.
Go her. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see that, whatever it is.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Well, this has been great.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Same time next week. Thank you. This was lovely. Next week, we will be back with more Frank Film Club.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode. Next week, we're speaking about everyone's hot topic over Christmas time, I feel. Saltburn, directed by Emerald Fennell. You can go and watch it on Amazon Prime, so make sure you go and do that. Enjoy the hell out of it, and then come back here and we will chat about it next week.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, then please like and subscribe this channel and video. And let us know what you thought about the film as well in the comments. We'd love to know if you loved it, if you hated it. Yeah, tell us what you think.
This podcast was presented by Wrapped.
Because I get offers and they're like, we're shooting in 2 weeks. And you're like, who pulled out?
Yeah.
Who
Right.
said that they didn't want to do it? And it does sometimes make you be a bit like, maybe it's not good enough for me. But then sometimes you're like, this is great. And you're like, is it great? Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when you hear about that, yeah.
Yeah,
But it could also be because they couldn't find the right person.
yeah. Okay, so the budget. I actually couldn't find what the budget was here, but I feel like we could do like a good estimate because I've seen a lot of conversations and them saying it was low budget. However, low budget indie, low budget studio. This is actually a studio film, so I'm feeling like, is it like 5 to 8 mil?
Oh my God. I was
Would you
gonna
say
like,
more?
Yeah. I
Like
was
more
gonna
like
just
10?
More.
Yeah, I was gonna just no, I was
20?
no, I was gonna say 40.
Oh,
Is that ridiculous?
I feel like for them
That's
to,
ridiculous.
no, they've definitely said it was like, oh yeah, we had
Lower
to
than
stretch
that.
the pennies. And I'm
Okay.
like, I feel like they wouldn't say that if it was 40.
Yeah,
Otherwise, that'd be
yeah.
well dramatic.
Do you know what it is? It looks like 40.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they've really spent money like incredibly well.
It's gotta be a lot though.
But maybe it is low. Would you say more like 10 or something?
Well, I'm just trying to think when we were having that meeting. And they
Right.
were like, oh yeah, our lower budgets, I feel like was like 5 to 8 or 5 to 10.
You're right.
So I'm like, would it be that? But then that's very good to have done what they've done.
Yeah.
But it is her first feature.
It is her first
so
feature.
it would be low.
There's not like really famous people in it.
No, I'm sure they weren't, forking out millions and millions and
Yeah.
millions on their leading cast.
So I don't know. It's a mystery to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love
Do you know
that.
my favourite part of this film was I think I might have been South Asian in a previous life because something about that music, it just does something to me.
When she did the
When she's doing the dance.
the dancing was incredible.
So good. You just think about the production value on stuff like that and you're like, yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
more than...
So good. Yeah. Love. Opening weekend got $800,000. So not that good. And then worldwide by now, they've got 2.6 million.
That's bizarre. Why?
But I don't know why
Odd.
this isn't on a streamer.
Right, because we had to pay for it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Why has no one snapped this up?
And it wasn't even paid to... I had to buy it, not rent it,
Yeah,
which I
same.
thought was weird.
Yeah, I did
So
too.
I don't know what all that's about.
This could have been... Oh, this could have been like... I don't know if it was Working Title that did like Run Fat Boy Run. You know, like
Oh my
Simon
God,
Pegg.
I remember that,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but I can't remember.
it's like really great British comedy.
Yeah.
We went and watched another Working Title film
Yeah.
like last year, and it was, in my opinion, not it.
Yeah.
And it was marketed everywhere, and it was in all the cinemas, and I don't know how it did, but the cinema was packed when we were there.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like the smallest cinema in
True.
the country or something.
There was 3 seats.
But still,
Yeah, and I don't know, that it just really surprises me because I feel like even the poster of this is so wicked. Like, why was it not pushed more?
Probably because that other film had Lily James in it, which is so infuriating
Because
that
it's
that's all that people are interested in.
It was just objectively like not as good a film.
No,
They
oh my
should
God,
have
it
spent
was
their money
shite.
promoting this one.
Yeah.
Because it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
And that one was just like not progressive, not interesting. It was just like a bit, I don't know, it felt a bit fucking wrong, to be honest
It did.
with
It
you.
felt really wrong. By the end of
Yeah.
it, I was like, that was the whole way through. I was hoping that it wouldn't be that. Don't know what this film was called, so can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but
I know the one you're talking about. That's such a shame. And I would love to know. Well, hopefully when it comes out on a streamer, it'll get like a really good audience and people will be brought to it. And hopefully people will listen to this episode and when it comes, they'll go and...
yeah, go and
Yeah.
watch it. Tell your friends about it. This is a brilliant British comedy like movie.
Yeah.
It's like fantastic.
It is good fun.
And like we always talk about what we're sick of seeing in the cinema. Like this is new.
This is new.
cool.
This is so new. I'm very surprised. And this is probably one of my surprises of the year that I've watched.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, on Letterboxd, people are also kind of like feeling good about this film as well. Because I was unsure. I was like, is it? I don't know what these reviews are going to be like. But no, it was all really positive, which I'm really, really pleased about.
Yeah.
So Giaba gave it 3.5 stars and said, she's jealous because she won't be able to find a suitable husband. She has photos of a female martial arts artist on her wall. I don't think she's looking for one.
She's good.
Sydney gave it 4 stars and said, 1 hour, 45 minutes of hilarious women screaming, fighting, kicking, biting, crying, doubting, learning, reclaiming, hating, loving, and being the fury. So infectious and fun. An ultra stylized directorial debut by Nida Manzoor. Should be very proud of. Need to see more of Priya Kansara ASAP.
Yeah. Agree.
Love. And then Anna K. Aquaro gave it 5 stars and said, this is why we don't date mama's boys.
Yes.
Yeah. So excellent reviews all around.
Yeah, glistening. So good.
Okay, and next up for the filmmakers and actors, I actually couldn't find that much information here, but it looks like Nida Manzoor is writing on a new series called Do Not Disturb. I don't know what it's about though. So yeah. Ritu Arya is doing another season of the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen her? I haven't seen that.
I saw the first couple of episodes of the first series.
And Priya Kansara is in a TV series coming up called Dope Girls.
Oh my God, is she in that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, why? Do you know about it?
I know a few people who worked on it.
Oh, cool.
That's
okay.
great. Okay,
Nice.
exciting.
Yeah.
Love.
But yeah. So, girls, what are your final thoughts about this film?
Really loved hearing like what you thought about the story structure and like your qualms with it. Completely hear you. Feel like I had a blast watching this. I want more people to have seen it. And I just want more movies like this to get made because I think it's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like despite the qualms, I still feel like it was entertaining. This is all we asked for. We asked to be entertained, and I certainly was.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, proper entertained. It was a real surprise to me yesterday when I watched this. I think I had been meaning to watch this for so long, but do you know what? I probably hadn't seen it because it's not.
Yeah, because it's
I
not
hadn't
available,
seen
really.
it. You know, I missed it in the cinema. I missed it in the cinema, and then just have not really seen much of it since. So I'm so glad that we spoke about it and agree. Like, more people need to see this film so that more films like this get made.
Yeah,
that aren't like. Even though we've spoken about the things which feel a little bit formulaic, I just think like for the cast and for some of the twists and turns in it, and it's really. It feels very original to this filmmaker. As we spoke about, you didn't even realise that it was the director of We Are Lady Parts.
Yeah.
She's got that stamp.
Yeah.
I just think, more like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, loved it. And like, oh, actually, I say loved it. And then before I said I'd be lying if I said I loved it.
Completely hear you. Feel like I had a blast watching this. I want more people to have seen it. And I just want more movies like this to get made because I think it's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like despite the qualms, I still feel like it was entertaining. This is all we asked for. We asked to be entertained, and I certainly was.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, proper entertained. It was a real surprise to me yesterday when I watched this. I think I had been meaning to watch this for so long, but do you know what? I probably hadn't seen it because it's not.
Yeah, because it's
I
not
hadn't
available,
seen
really.
it. You know, I missed it in the cinema. I missed it in the cinema, and then just have not really seen much of it since. So I'm so glad that we spoke about it and agree. Like, more people need to see this film so that more films like this get made.
Yeah,
that aren't like. Even though we've spoken about the things which feel a little bit formulaic, I just think like for the cast and for some of the twists and turns in it, and it's really. It feels very original to this filmmaker. As we spoke about, you didn't even realise that it was the director of We Are Lady Parts.
Yeah.
She's got that stamp.
Yeah.
I just think, more like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, loved it. And like, oh, actually, I say loved it. And then before I said I'd be lying if I said I loved it. Had a great time.
Yes.
Exactly.
Just love watching female relationships on screen. And like, there were so many amazing relationships to watch in this film. Like good and bad ones. So yeah, so pleased.
Yeah.
Ever so pleased.
Fab.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me about Polite Society, girls.
Thank you for planning a wonderful episode.
You're very welcome. If you want to hear more from us, please follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We are at Frank Film Club. You can also send us an email on filmclub@wrapped.world if you fancy. We love to hear all about your thoughts about the film as well. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're listening to us on wherever you find your podcast, please give us a follow so you can see when our next episodes come out.
Well, next week we've got a right treat. It's our last episode of the series, boo, but we're ending on an absolute banger. We put it out to the audience between 3 films, Bring It On, The Parent Trap and Spice World, and you all chose, well, not all of you, most of you chose Parent Trap, the 1998 version. So go and watch it. It's on Disney+. Join us back here next Wednesday for our final episode of the series. We will see you then. Woo!
This podcast was presented by Wrapped.
Because we are going to be speaking about the greatest love story ever told, my personal favourite film of all time. It's actually not, but I'm going to say it because it's funny. Twilight. We're watching the first movie in the Twilight saga. Well, we've watched it already, and we're going to speak about it for you today. And I'm absolutely buzzing. And I hope you are too, because it's going to be a juicy episode. But first, before we get into all of this, how have you both been? What has your week been looking like? What are your stresses? What are your freedoms? How's things?
Things are good. What if I not that stressed actually, just like having a good time. Yeah, I've just been looking forward to chatting. Just my highlight has been watching Twilight.
Yeah.
Because how could it not be?
My highlight has been watching Twilight and then spending the rest of the week thinking about Twilight and the youth of yesterday and if they are all right and what I was doing when Twilight came out and was I okay? And just generally just counting down the days to talk about this film.
I know, I'm so excited. We've discussed doing this film many times. So I'm going to have to just be honest and say that we're recording this episode last year. And last year is the 15-year anniversary of Twilight coming out. And that was sort of the reason why we finally pulled the trigger and said, like, let's do it. But since this is coming out, strikes, whatever, it's coming out later. So we're not going to make it a 15-year anniversary special. But just know that it's 15 years old. And do you know what? It's aging like a fine wine. Okay, so just a little bit of context. Twilight is based on a saga of books by Stephenie Meyer, or as I like to call her, Mother. The whole series of films has grossed over over $5 billion worldwide, which is kind of insane. But the first Twilight movie was released on November 21st, 2008. Best day of my life. And I didn't think that I was going to do a synopsis for this because I felt like everyone's seen this film. But actually, we're in the presence of someone who has watched this movie for the first time just for the podcast episode, which we'll get into later. So myself and Lowri have a lot of nostalgia around this film. But for Hannah, she watched it for the first time as an adult woman, and so I just can't wait to hear your thoughts, having not had, the memories of like teenage angst to like go like to sort of fuel you. But anyway, for anyone who hasn't seen Twilight, I will give you a brief synopsis, and this is a hilarious synopsis that I found online. Bella Swan is an average teenage girl who often goes unnoticed. However, her life changes for the better when she meets Edward Cullen, a vampire with dreamy eyes and skin that sparkles in the sunlight. That's it. That is the synopsis on Google, which is so funny. I found another one which says like 108-year-old vampire, but
Well, that was the only difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't say the funny bit about sparkly skin, so I thought I'm going to say the other one. As I said, it released in 2008 and it grossed 35 million at the box office on its opening day, which is crazy. Whoa. Yeah. And has come to gross $3.3 million worldwide. And then the DVD was released on... Sorry, is this too much for right now?
No, it's great.
Sorry.
Hannah's just shocked by all the money that it's bringing in. I think it's because it was already a really successful book.
Okay,
yeah. The book was already big.
I was like, how has this picked up so much momentum in the first day? Everyone was like, quick, go now.
Yeah, the book was popular. The book was real popular. I have never read the book. Have you read the book?
Oh, I've read all the books multiple times.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. We have three very varied opinions coming to the table today. This is a juicy, juicy episode. But anyway, the DVD was released in 2009 and it grossed. Never really have been. Don't know why. I think I just love Edward. So.
Team Edward.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, well, some final thoughts from our audience. Sydney Bauer says, it showed that teenage love can have high stakes, and that's so validating for an age that is typically looked at as very naive. I'm also very critical of Twilight because the relationship is very toxic, and that makes the conversation around it so much richer.
You know what? I love that so much. And maybe that is what why everybody wanted it so much, is because it's such a serious relationship. And I think just at that age, you want to be taken seriously. And that's like the point the whole way through. It's like, no, it's so serious.
The stakes are super high. It's life and death. And like, do you choose him or not? That's how love feels when you're 15.
Yeah, that is the thing that we were trying to talk about earlier.
Like, it's not just like a little teeny